I replaced all traditional gym training with sandbag training for an entire month. Was there something simplistically primal about this brute yet inexpensive way of training? Did I make strange yet significant results? Why don't more people do this? Let's find out, but you gotta focus. This journey starts where most weird strength journeys start, the hardware store. After locating some generic all-purpose sand, I decided to start with 4 bags. Now speaking of inexpensive, if we're considering this my gym, well, my entire gym then cost me only about $20. Now each bag did feel ample in weight, but I was surprised to find out that each bag only weighed about 40 pounds. But that's okay, at this price I could always buy more sandbags if I needed them. However, I was about to be surprised at the challenge that this unsecure, unbalanced, unpredictable weight of the sand was going to give me. For day 1, I considered an experimental full body day, just running through several exercises that I could come up with using the sandbags. Pleasantly surprised at the initial challenge, I then started to run into some issues.
Oh man, I knew this was gonna happen. I just didn't think it was gonna happen this quick.
What happened was after a few exercises of just lightly throwing these things around, well, I ended up with some leaks.
Got another leak. Awkwardness of just stacking it up, you know?
Now another issue that actually I considered a beneficial issue was the awkward of trying to balance these things sometimes. Now the reason I'm considering this beneficial is because although it wasn't comfortable, it was challenging my body in a new way to come up with this weird strength to properly balance, position, and move these bags in different unpredictable planes of motion. And for probably this reason, only 2 bags being about 80 pounds felt like so much more. And after about only 20 minutes, well, I was fried.
It's extremely humbling. I'm so much weaker than I thought. Like, we got work to do. Like, work.
Humbled yet excited to continue this journey and make new gains, I still had a little issue I had to take care of.
No. They're so sore, bro. Yeah, going up the stairs, you know, to get this footage, because I'm a YouTuber, I had to go up there after placing the camera down here. Dude, I almost like face planted. Oh, dude.
Really surprised how sore my legs got after this first day, I continued experimenting with exercises throughout week 1. Now, addressing the leak problem. Lazily, I just started using more and more duct tape to fill in the more and more appearing holes. That is until it just became too much and I had to come up with a better solution.
Oh, like I knew that was gonna happen. Still went through with it though.
The solution, another trip to the hardware store.
It's a little more porous than I was expecting.
And this is where I came up with this new idea. That is fortifying the sandbags and wrapping them in this more grippy, earthy potato sack material.
It's a legit potato sack.
So I actually ended up getting these larger potato sacks from Amazon, and then to fortify the bags, I used these husky heavy-duty contractor trash bags. Just throwing a single sandbag in one of these trash bags and then wrapping it up tight, trying to push out all the excess air, then taping it shut, throwing this inside of the potato sack for that gritty, earthy, primal feel. I made another one of these, and then I individually wrapped 2 sandbags in the contractor trash bags, and then put both of these in one potato sack for an ultra sandbag. And now that it was week 2, it was time to test this new method out. So right off the bat, having that extra grip was so much better. Not that it was necessarily easier to play around with, but I felt like it was more stimulating for that gritty man-hand development. Now also it was good because the sandbags were holding up to more abusive movements, such as these like strongman sandbag throws over the head, all types of variable confusing movement to challenge the body in new ways that you just don't really get at most gyms without getting kicked out.
Potato sack fibers are everywhere on me.
Now that was a bit of a nuisance, I should mention. Those potato sack fibers just like shed everywhere. I think the specific fiber type is called jute, but yeah, it was shedding like a shedding dog, getting all over my body and even in my mouth a lot of the times when I was breathing heavily, so that was kind of annoying. But hey, more grit, right? Now, it was into week 2 where you would think I should be coming up with a more structured exercise routine to utilize the different movements I came up with in order to build a structured program for that improved variable anytime, anywhere strength. However, during this time, I had a limited opportunity to do extreme heat training, and incubating in temperatures well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, well, it made it very difficult to structure anything specifically. Now, I did still strength train with the sandbags. It just wasn't as organized. Check out that video if you haven't already. I made some weird, unexpected physiological gains, but at almost potentially severe cost.
Oh man.
So it was in week 3 where I tried to develop more of a structured training program. And because overall so far most of my workouts had felt like they were mainly targeting the legs and lower back, I tried to come up with an upper body focused routine using the sandbags, starting with attempting 10 sets of 10 push-ups, but with the 40-pound sandbag on the back. This got way harder, way faster than I thought, and then eventually starting to superset bicep curls, starting with just one sandbag in 2 hands, and then trying to do just one sandbag with 1 hand, like isolation hammer curl style. And I don't know why, but this felt way harder than a 40-pound dumbbell. Way harder. But I would definitely say there was some serious stimulation. Now, for my lower body day, I really found these walking lunges carrying the sandbags extremely effective. Like I mentioned earlier, getting the sandbags into position was part of the challenge. And just like the hammer curls with these bags, doing these like front squatty things, trying to balance the bags and hold them there, and I don't know, it just felt so much more weight than about 80 pounds. It was weird. Even just trying to hold these bags was fatiguing. Now also on the leg day, I wanted to throw in these overhead presses. While more focused on the shoulders, it just seemed natural that this motion kind of went with the leg pressing motion, you know? Also something to note, I was so much stronger on my left arm than I was my right arm in this motion because my right shoulder injury. However, I was noticing from those previous weeks of messing around and doing similar movements to these overhead single arm presses with the sandbags that I was starting to develop this strength back in my right shoulder, and it felt therapeutic in a sense. So an upper body day, a lower body day, and then what I would like to categorize as a weird strength day. Doing movements with the sandbags that you typically wouldn't do inside of a conventional gym.
It's good. It's good.
What is with my phone being like a magnet for destruction in these challenges, man? Seriously. Anyways, doing movements like the sandbag throws and then also these sandbag pickups and then throwing it over the shoulder. Very strongman-esque, but also very challenging in a different way. Stimulations you just don't feel by lifting normal weights. Now, there was still one challenge that wasn't doing me any good. In fact, it was just super annoying.
All these fibers, man. Ugh.
The shedding jute fibers were just getting everywhere, all over my clothes and my mouth. I had enough. So I figured it was time we crossed being fully organic with commercial equipment. And I decided to purchase some legit sandbags made specifically for working out. So I got 3 sandbags to try out. A 100-pound capacity one from Amazon, the 60-pound capacity Go Ruck sandbag, and a 200-pound capacity Rogue sandbag. Now, I started by filling the 60-pound capacity Go Ruck sandbag, and honestly, filling these things was like a workout in and of itself. Now, this ended up taking about 1.5 of my sandbags, which makes sense if you do the math. 1.5 times 40 is 60. Okay, anyways, when this was all filled,
Oh yeah. That's legit.
it felt good. Next, I filled up the 100-pound capacity sandbag from Amazon, and after that, I was actually all out of sand.
Oh, that's so heavy.
Before I'd go out to buy more sand to fill the Rogue sandbag, I wanted to take these 2 different styles for a test run.
How do they do this? They go like lift. Oh, I gotta be careful there. And then explode. Oh my gosh. And then bingo.
So testing these new bags out actually ended up being a full-on full-body workout. Now the first thing I did notice was the sandbags were heavier than the sandbags I was using. 60 pounds and 100 pounds compared to about 40 and about 80. Also, these two sandbags were different shapes. The GoRuck was more oblong and the one from Amazon was more of a circle shape. Now as I went through a series of different test motions with these different sandbags, there was something that I had been noticing that is very important that I must mention, and that is the fact that throughout this experiment I had not experienced any lower back issues, which was something I was kind of biting my nails about going into this, thinking about how much lifting was involved. However, doing this experiment and starting with the 40-pound sandbags and the 80-pound double sandbag and now going up to these commercial sandbags 60 and 100 pounds, I felt like, thankfully, by the grace of God, it must have just been enough to help stimulate my lower back musculature without re-injuring that old injury that gave me so much trouble last year. In fact, the sandbag workouts felt therapeutic on my lower back, and over the course of these 4 weeks, it felt like my lower back was becoming stronger than it had been in a long time. I continued to power through the final week of training utilizing the new sandbags, continuing to work on challenging my body in new planes as well as the classic exercises. And just like that, it was 1 month of training with sandbags. Did it have an effect on my physique? Let's take a look. So at very first glance, it doesn't look like much of a difference aside from me being slightly more tan in the afters. That is until I turn to the backside. And from my opinion, when flexing, I can see some noticeable differences. That is, looking at my back, I am noticing more upper trap development as well as what appears to be lower back hypertrophy and thickness. Let me know if you're seeing what I'm seeing and let me know your thoughts. But considering that this felt therapeutic and it felt like it was making my back stronger without causing me injury, thankfully, I am planning to continue this style of training. Check out some of my previous videos if you want to keep the interest rolling, and stay tuned, more videos coming out. Hope you all have a great day. Peace. I will see you all in the next video.